Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici, welcome my friends and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. Welcome to another pen review, and I have another special pen for you today, folks. I discovered after my last, or it may be one of my second to last reviews of a primary manipulation pen, I was trying to find primary manipulation Brooks resin pens at a reasonable price. You know, I started with Leonardo Officina Italiana, and they're just the prices, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're probably worth every penny, but, you know, outside of my budget. So I kept, I went on the internet and I kept finding and searching, and I finally found Galen Leather, which I purchased a beautiful primary manipulation one pen, and I found another company by the name of London Pens Company. A gentleman that does his own, I believe his name is Shane. He turns his own pens and sells them. I believe as we speak on this weekend, which is June the 3rd, there may be an actual special coming up, price specials on his site. So check that out. I will leave a description. I will leave his website in the description below. So it's a primary manipulation for Brooks resin pen, and why don't we take a look at it together right away without any further formalities. Let me just take the notebook and put it out of the way. Here's the pen. So here it is, folks. Look at this. This is what he refers to as Christopher 14. I believe there are a Christopher 13 and there's a Christopher 15. 13 is smaller than this one. 15 is larger. So 14 is in between. And I believe this is a 149 millimeter cap this way. So it's a nice sized pen, as you can see. And check out the Brooks resin on this thing. I'm sorry, I'm just not getting the focus that I want. Here we go. Very, very, very nice. That's PM4. You got the purples, you got the blues, the yellows, the golds. All the colors are there, just in a darker swirl as compared to version number 1. Very, very, very nice pen. Nice size, excellent quality. In terms of design, pretty straightforward design, fairly straight. It does taper off a little bit at the end here. There are no trimmings whatsoever, no finials other than just a round black finial, as you can see. So there's not, there's not any fancy trimmings around this. In terms of when I open the pen, 1, 2, so 2. Actually, I did that. Let me just grab a point and let you know here. Let's say this blue point, 1. So it's 1.5 almost, okay? 1.5. Now, with all due respect to London Pens Company, this pen came with a Bock nib. Now, this is completely personal and subjective. I just don't like Bock nibs when it comes to stubs. The Bock nib that this came with was an older version of a stub, and it didn't cut it for me. So I switched nibs on this very easily, and I put a Stipula 1.1. I recommend these. I think I've done it already before, but I recommend these. Very nice. Let me see if I could just focus in a little more here. There it is. Whoop, okay, there it is. Stipula 1.1. Really, really, really nice nib. And as you will see in a few seconds, writes just wonderfully. So I replaced the nib on this, unfortunately, but I really like Bock nibs when it comes to broads, for example, or a medium, or even a fine. It's got a little spring to it. But when it comes to stubs, I prefer really Jowo nibs and these Stipula nibs, which are slightly smaller than 1.1. They're almost like a medium cursive. So very, very nice. I really like this pen. I've written with it all week. It's become a go-to pen. So these primary manipulation I've been fascinated with, and I think I got this for like $200 instead of 500, and very nice. That's 200 US. So that is very nice. In terms of the interior, as you can see, it's slightly tapered, very, very comfortable. It's a larger pen, so need not be posted. Can it be posted? Yes, it can. I think it's without being overly unbalanced, it's too huge. I would not write with this posted. Look, I mean, I've got plenty there. Okay, very, very comfortable. It's a cartridge converter pen. Now, because this is all resin with no steel, I would venture to say that, with a little bit of grease here, you can probably eyedrop it. But I'm not sure what the ink will do to this beautiful resin, and I wouldn't take a chance. Frankly, I'm not a chemist. I haven't done the experiment, and I don't want to ruin this pen. If somebody knows whether or not this resin will get ruined if I eyedropper this pen, please let me know. But for the time being, I'm not taking a chance. It has a standard international converter, so that will do the trick for me. And it's got several swirls. So in terms of with a little bit of resin, with a little bit of jelly, the stuff that we put here, and I forget what I'm talking about here, but you can put it right around here, and I think it will it'll just tighten everything up. So it's very, very nice. Here we go. So I really love this pen. Thank you, London Pen Company. Please check it out. I heard that there might be a sale going on sometime very soon. In fact, I purchased another pen from them, and now maybe is the time to check it out during the weekend. That's we go. Now, in terms of a size comparison, let me just bring that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I put it up against my Opus 88, and as you can see, it augurs well. It's just slightly smaller, a little touch, if not even, with my Impronte Maiora, much larger than my Positano Leonardo Ficina Momento Zero, even longer than my Furore, much bigger than my Magna Carta Elements, and also bigger than my Visconti Rembrandt. So there you go in terms of a size comparison. So we'll remove that. Onto the writing sample. Now for today, I'll be using this is probably, if not one of the top 4 violet or purple inks that I enjoy across. Very wet. It's a gusher. It has some sheen or shading in it. Really, really nice ink. I love this cross. I think this is my second bottle, and I don't think I finished a bottle other than my Kanpeki. So that's just to show you how popular it is with me. The only thing I don't like about this is that I can't manage to get this straight for some reason. I don't know if there's a way to do it, but it's the only thing that bothers me about this bottle. But that's it. That's cross. So that'll be the ink. In terms of a journal, I finally tried, lately I got into the life and noble books or notebooks, and I thought I'd try this out. It's an A5, and we'll take a look at this and see how this writes. It's as you can see, it's brand new. It's fresh right out of unboxing. I got these notebooks very, very recently. So let's see what this does. It's got a line here, which is nice. Very nice. Okay, I haven't written with this in several days, so there may be some railroading here, but just bear with me. Okay, here we go. So pen. Okay, this is the London Pens Company. Christopher 14, and it's a primary manipulation 4. See how nicely this stipula nib is just beautiful. So the nib, it came with a Bach number 6 nib, and you have a choice in terms of sizes, which I replaced with a stipula stub. In both instances, we're talking steel nib. Okay. In terms of, well, I guess I'm reviewing a stipula nib, very smooth, constant, some very nice line variation, but you know, it writes, like I said, like maybe a medium cursive. So, by the way, this paper is just exquisite. Recommended. I really recommend it. So, in terms of this paper, while I'm at it, very nice. Smooth. I would say it's somewhere in between. So it's in between Midori and Tomoe River. I mean, Tomoe River is my favorite. Midori's got a little bit of feedback, in my opinion. And this one is somewhere in between. And in terms of thickness, it's got the thickness of a Rhodia paper, but it's not. It doesn't have that glossy. It's a semi-glossy, so it doesn't slip, if you know what I mean. So very nice. Now, in terms of rating of the pen, I'm going to first of all look at the design. Then I'm going to look at the build quality. I'll comment on the nib choices that we have, and then value. In terms of the design, it's a fairly simple design, nothing extravagant, so I would give it a 9.5. You know, we've seen this type of design. There's nothing original about it. In terms of build quality, I would give it a 9.8. This is very, very nicely built, very nicely put together. So I have no problems with it. The nib, the Bach nib, stub, I give it a 7. It was an awful nib. The stipula, stub, I really like. I give it a 9.8. Value for the pen at, I believe it was 200, and if there's a sale, 200 US, excellent, 10 on 10. Is it a go-to pen? Yes, it is. In terms of go-to, it's been a go-to all week, 10 on 10. There you go. So that's my rating. I hope you enjoyed this review. Get this paper, by the way. Really like it. Really like it. I'm going to get more of this. Excellent. I got my primary manipulations. I've got 2 more to review in the next couple of days. I hope you'll enjoy those as well. Thank you very much. It's a very nice summer day here in Montreal, Canada. I hope wherever you are, you're enjoying your weather and enjoying the fountain pen therapy that these pens can bring to us. Take care and be well.